This is Chuck Freeman. I go by King Arthur's music title. I just want to say, if you ever saw the original movie Walking Tall with Joe Don Baker, it played in 1973 movie, to let you know, people, that movie was based on, they made it look like he was a cop in the end. That's bullshit. Let me tell you something right now. They do that. A cop was selling that bullshit. Wrestler, ex-Marine, became a cop. They twisted that around. Let me tell you something. The cops are dirty. And I'll tell you right now, they're dirty as shit. And they showed how they were like in the 60s with that Mississippi burning, how dirty the cops were with how they treat the blacks, right? Well, white people are being treated like that, like me. For instance, I go to Cecil County Circuit Court the other day, check on a case. They're telling me I don't have no right being there. I don't have no I'm barred from that courthouse. When you got legal status there with the court, the aristocrats that run it, the niggers that run it, big old nigger deputy sheriff guy there, because they got big old nigger sheriff running around for election, corrupted law enforcement. Had on his big leather belt. They're sitting there running his fucking mouth, big Italian Jew, whatever, piece of shit, big mouth, big. They push their weight around, but you know, you catch them with that badge off, they're a biggest coward. They run the other way, and they're not in uniform. They're only big and bad in that courthouse when they're out somewhere when they ain't got their gun on them. They ain't nothing. It's even especially them big apes that they got, because you got big white nigger apes and black apes that planted the apes cops. I just want to say this. There was a lot of movies filmed around here years ago. Clint Eastwood filmed a piece of footage at Turkey Point, supposedly. I know that guy, Dead Poet Society in Delaware. And a girl told me she was involved in a movie when they filmed Witness up at Oxford up there with Harrison Ford. She was up there when they filmed it back in the early 80s. Well, see, I was doing home movie projects. I ain't saying one more thing to say about that. We were doing home movie projects in the 70s just to develop our skills, hoping to get into movie and motion picture and music. But a friend of mine wrote Red Fox when Red Fox was alive back in those days. I'm older now, and we were young in those days. But they told him in a letter, they said that be careful, they're watching people here, they got technology, they can steal ideals and do this. There's people in the movie, people out here tied with the movie industry, your rah-rah students in the schools and the teachers are all involved in stuff. And they set people up through the mental health and all that, get you labeled this. You know, I work for a living too, but I don't have to sit and explain. But you know, since the government watches everybody and you got these nuts playing me like I'm a nut, some of these people don't even take baths around here because they're paranoid. Well, I look at it this way. If the government knows when I'm taking a shit and piss and when I'm bathing when they see my ass, who's watching their ass right now? Because I know somebody is. There's corruption in there. They're watching what's going on, taking a shit and whatever else before the for the camera, and they probably see the skin marks in their underwear. How many times does it take to wipe their ass? All I gotta do is say that the government has walked on my rights, and they put these cops up to beat on me and shit. They beat on me already. But one thing they can't lie about, like they've been lying on TV about so much shit that's going on overseas and this and that, war for money. They send your young people out to die for these old bastards here that are crooked and shit, and they're their community. They play on the suckers of the young kids and dope. Just like I told California IRS about what's going on. I said they're just playing the dope scene where they'll get people addicted to dope and create problems with that, and then they'll force people in they got their families setting up programs. They'll get you addicted to it, and they want to get you in that. Make them do their own dope. We take them, break them, but America ain't gonna do it. The only way you'd ever seize the power of this country, I said a military overthrow needs to be done with the United States. We need somebody like Hitler to come in and take over the government like he did, because you can't, those people getting power, they're puppets for this crooked government of all shit. They're going to get rid of me anyway, these rednecks, but when the ground swallows them up next time, that's coming. I already told them. I knew about the earthquake before it happened, so I'm a nut, but you wait and see what happens. Nutty America.